Hello. Welcome. I've always been a little zany and I like the Muppets. I also like Lego. And I had the happy coincidence a couple of years ago, old news but not ancient news, that they came out with a series of Lego Muppet minifigures. And I collected a few and managed to get most of my favorites. But I only got about half the series. So I figured I'd talk about them a little bit because last week, or 2 weeks ago I guess now, managed to pick up a couple more. So I expanded my collection, and I've got some thoughts to share about the series and about if they ever decide to do round 2. If you've got thoughts about what you'd like to see in a round 2 of Muppet Lego, I'd love to hear your comments. So, let's get this started. Let's flip it around so we can look at the Lego instead of me. There we go.
Ooh.
Meep. So, we don't need the Pepsi. Oh, for Pete's sake, this is the worst way to do this. Okay, so.
Sorry.
Zooming in. This was what the bags look like. I've got one that's ripped open here because I opened a double. At the time, now the Lego minifigure series, they've put them in boxes, so you can't, feel the bags and try to guess what's in it. A lot of places that carry these older style bags keep them behind the counter and just ask you how many of which do you want, to avoid that sort of thing these days. But at the time, if you found a place that had them, odds are, if you felt like trying to guess by feeling the bag, you could. And in doing so, I did manage to find a few of my favorites. So, it's a series of 12. Gonzo the Great has been one of my favorite Muppets forever. And it comes with Camilla as an accessory. So, bonus. You get sort of a double Muppet on this one. Who doesn't love Animal, the zany drummer from the Electric Mayhem? And, he's always been a favorite of mine, both from the Muppet Show and in Muppet Babies and all kinds of things. He's just high energy, zany fun. And we got another member of the band here as well. Oh, shoot. I always have trouble with her name. Janet?
I don't remember.
Janice. Something like that. Anyway, we'll get back to her. We've also got the Swedish chef. And he's got a little Muppet tomato there that he helps cook. And his whisk. And then we've got Dr. Honeydew and Beaker. Unfortunately, I've lost most of their accessories. Which is unfortunate because I'm a guy who studied science in my own education, and they fit right up my alley in that regard. So, again, here's what the bag looked like for Series 1. These are where I kept my spare parts, and I've still got a little sheet in here. So let's take a look at that, and you can see what's in the entire collection, if I can get it to open without tearing it. That's no fun.
I'm trying to see if I can change or rearrange
I
this.
should have had this a little more handy here. Get my opener out. Get that tape open.
There, I think that might be better for lighting.
There we go. First time this one particular one's been opened. So let's take a look at the whole of Series 1. You got your instructions. Animal had the most involved instructions because there we go. We got Ralph the dog, Dr. Honeydew and Beaker, Gonzo in the top row. Middle row, Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie, Animal. And then, I just said their names. Statler and Waldorf, the two critics. And you got a picture of Scooter there on the little computer there that one of them comes with. The other one's falling asleep with his tea. Then you got the Swedish chef, and you've got Janice, I think it is, the guitarist for the Electric Mayhem. So, I decided at the time that I'd gotten all my favorites, and I sort of called it quits. But then I pulled these out again when we started collecting Animal Crossing. Because I'm like, Muppets have animals in them. We can find some more animals for our town. Nope, actually. The ones I collected, which I had as my favorites, guess what? We don't have the frog, the bear, the dog, all the animal ones. Not here.
Except for Animal.
Well, Animal is sort of a monster. He's not really an animal in the sense of being like the critters in Animal Crossing. Gonzo's a whatever. He does come with Camilla, but Camilla's not minifigure size. So, I figure if I was going to expand my collection, of the other ones, which I wasn't keen initially to go and grab right away, I do have ones that I like more and ones that I like less. I find Miss Piggy a little bit annoying. Same thing with Fozzie. He just doesn't do much for me. The two hecklers, Statler and Waldorf, are fun in their shtick, but their shtick is pretty narrow. If I was going to expand, if there's a single Muppet who's the star of the show, it's got to be Kermit the Frog. And if the Muppets were Star Trek, he would be the captain. Except when they do Pigs in Space, which imitates Star Trek, and then you've got Captain Heartthrob and Miss Piggy and Dr. What's-His-Face. Dr. Strangepork. That was it. Anyway, so Kermit has his accessories here. He comes with his banjo from the Muppet movie. It's a classic scene where he's singing and strumming, and he can be part of the band if you really want to. And he's also got a little rainbow that comes with him, because what's the song he sings? The Rainbow Connection. So there you go. There's the connection. It's a great song, honestly. That Muppet movie is probably my third favorite Muppet film of all time. That first one was really got it going with a bang, and I'm glad to have Kermit. He'll stand in as a great addition to my little crew here. And the other one I grabbed was Ralph the dog. Ralph has always been fun to me. He's one of the original Muppets, and plays the piano. So another musical talent. Another animal, of course, for Animal Crossing, if we want to go that route. And he comes with his little sheet music there. Can I read the writing on it? It's pretty small. Oh, got it upside down too, don't I? Is that gonna focus, and keep lighting? I think it is legible. I just can't get it to come up here. Number 8. Second movement, Ludwig van Beethoven. Which is the other thing he comes with, is a little statue head of Ludwig van Beethoven. I think in some of his sketches, he got little printed feet, toes on him too. He might even interact with a statue of Ludwig on his piano. But yeah, he's another musician. So we've got a pianist and a banjo to go with our guitarist and drummer. Now, I'm going to take a quick look here just to show you. Beaker came with this thing here, which I've got Dr. Honeydew holding. Dr. Honeydew came with a flask. And unfortunately, the flask, again, one of my favorite pieces, but it's gone missing. So, who would I want to add if we did a round 2, a minifigure series round 2 for the Muppets? Say the same size, 12 characters. Who would they be? What would you put in to fill out ones that got skipped over here? Well, first of all, it has to be able to stand on its own feet. So I think you're not going to get away with doing a Muppet series without sort of the main characters who are in anything Muppets pretty well. So you're going to have Kermit, you're going to have Miss Piggy, you're going to have Fozzie, you're going to have Gonzo, I think. Are going to be your main 4. They're probably going to have different costumes and get-ups. But then you can add some new characters and faces who didn't make the cut. And I was thinking about who I'd want to see most. Scooter here on the computer was the sort of stagehand and a fairly main character in the Muppet Show. He was also a big character in a couple of the films, but the Muppet Babies as well, the cartoon that I used to watch growing up. So I'd love to see a minifigure of Scooter. Another one that seems quite appropriate and is a veritable force to be reckoned with at times and a very memorable character is Sam Eagle. And I'd love to see one of him too. The big blue bird, I think, would be a nice contrast to most of the rest of these guys. And Rizzo the Rat, friend of Gonzo, very character with a bit of attitude. Another one that sort of fell out of favor, but for a while was one of the biggest characters. I'd like to see all three of them get their own figures. That leaves us 5 more. Well, we've got 2 members here of the Electric Mayhem, Animal and Janice. I would love to see the Electric Mayhem done out mostly in full, because that band is one of the biggest elements of the Muppet Show. So that would be... Who are we missing here? Up at the back here, we got Floyd. Floyd would be a great addition. He's sort of Animal's handler, keeper. I sort of adopted him, and there's half of Scooter. But I think Floyd would be a natural shoe-in. And it is Dr. Teeth's band, so Dr. Teeth, I think, would be great as well. And to go with the 2 of them, I would say Zoot. So there's 3 more. Zoot with his saxophone.
Fozzie's grandma.
Fozzie's grandma could be fun. Some of these other ones, like here, Sweetums or... what's the guy Boomerang Fish name?
Or the turkey from the Christmas one.
Yeah, the turkey could be fun too. We've got 2 spots left. And I'd like them to be something really memorable. And thinking about who would be memorable, I've been thinking, what are my favorite Muppet films? And I don't know if they could get the rights for this, but thinking out back to the films, I like some of the special guest characters. They always had special guest characters in the Muppet Show.
Ooh.
And the most memorable faces that came in 2 of my favorite films were when they did the Muppet Christmas Carol. You had, what's the name of the actor who played Ebenezer Scrooge? He did a great job.
Oh, my goodness.
He's in all kinds of things.
Oh, my goodness.
But I would love to get a minifigure of him as Ebenezer Scrooge for the Muppet Show. And then the other guest star who I'd love to see...
I know him.
Is Tim Curry as from Muppet Treasure Island as Long John Silver.
Yes.
Those 2 to fill out the last 2 slots I think would be amazing. If not, there are other Muppets they could choose. But let's just say for a fact they could go with those. So you get Tim Curry and you get... What the heck is his name?
I'm trying to remember.
Everybody's shouting at us. This is stupid because he's so well known.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge and Tim Curry as...
I love Michael Caine. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
goodness.
so you got those 2 in the series of 12. So then, if you're looking for alternate themes for your mains, well, then that's easy. Just match them to the movie themes. So Gonzo could be Charles Dickens in his Charles Dickens narrator outfit from the Muppet Christmas Special. Mm-hmm. Then you've got Kermit. Oh. Kermit could be his Captain Smollett outfit with the the hat and the sword and the little tattoo on his chest or whatever, depending on which way they want to do his outfit. I think that could be a lot of fun. Long John, I don't know if you'd want to give him a sword or a pistol or something, but you got the peg leg and you've got the, lots of ways you could take that one. Miss Piggy, I think her most popular movie, if I had to pick between the 2 of those to theme her to, Benjamina Gunn just seems like the more fun version than to do it as Miss Cratchit. So I would lean her that way. And again with Fozzie, it's either Fezziwig or the half-wit
captain or
no. Owner of the shipyard
Yeah.
there,
Mr.
son.
Thimble or something like that.
Mr. Bimble, who lives in his finger.
Oh, yeah.
So that could be fun. So yeah, I would theme those 4 as those characters to match the 2 human characters as the special guest characters. That's the way I'd like to take it. If we couldn't get the rights to use human characters or didn't want to go that route, then there are other Muppets that could be squeezed in there for sure. Sweetums could be fun. Do sort of a slightly oversized type fig. Or, yeah.
I mean, there's the smaller frog that's like his nephew or something like that, Curve's nephew.
Yep, he's right here too.
Yeah.
Shoot, what's his name again?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but I always had fun with the Muppet Show. When I was a kid, I loved the Muppet Babies, and the Muppet movies are just so much fun.
Curve's nephew.
Some of them are better than others. Robin, yes, of course.
Of course, as soon as you read it, it's like, oh yeah, that's the name.
Dun dun dun. But who are your favorite Muppets? I'd love to hear which Muppets are your favorites in the comments, and I'd love to hear some encouragement for the team at Lego if they ever do a round 2 of this crossover. What Muppet characters would you like to see get their own minifigure?
Muppet Lego movie series. They could do like a whole series, different movies.
Oh, they could. I mean, this is just the Muppets, so
yeah.
It could be based off any of the shows. They've had several shows over the years. They've also had several.
They could do baby Muppets.
Yeah, they could. They could. Again, the shows, the films. Okay, I've heard that just this past year they had Kermit the Frog do the valedictorian speech for graduation at one of the universities down in the States.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of weird, but it's an idea. Apparently, the president of the university had to apologize that green wasn't one of their school's colors.
Oh,
so.
Of course.
But, the Muppets are still around. You still catch them from time to time. 2 new editions. Some of the originals, and very glad to have them. They flush out my my little collection here from half of the available ones up to 2/3. So I don't know if I'll ever get around to collecting Stantler and Waldorf and Miss Piggy and Fozzie. They're certainly iconic. They just never were my favorites, so haven't gotten around to picking them up yet. But
yeah, how Animal always called Miss Piggy, pig.
Sometimes.
He's like, he had like no...
I really like the way they captured Animal's face on this. He's got the manic, high energy look. He's got the drums to beat on. It's great.
Sometimes
I really do think Beaker in his shocked little, meet. Good job there.
When I was little, I actually loved Miss Piggy, especially the Muppet Babies there. I remember, I'm pretty sure our McDonald's anyways, had the little stuffies at Christmas time. Probably when the Muppet Christmas movie came out or something like that, or I don't even remember. But I remember...
Yeah, those little McDonald's toys.
But no, it was like about this big.
Oh,
like...
Yeah, those two. There've been a lot of merchandise over the years, and it's just such a fun family type theme. Although some of the early episodes had themes that weren't. They're special guest cards. They used to pull characters.
Yeah.
They used to pull in all kinds of singers and comedians.
Sylvester Stallone.
Actors, whatever. Like they did.
Hamill.
Obviously, they did the Star Wars crossovers were great because they'd been involved in the Star Wars productions and engineering, Yoda and some of the other aliens and droids and stuff. So they had the connections with so many different people in Hollywood. These 3 original seasons of the Muppet Show are wonderful. Unfortunately, I think there's certain episodes that they don't like to show anymore because, certain people or content have become no longer in favor. But, yeah, it's still a lot of fun stuff. So, I love the Muppets. I like Lego very much. And just really enjoyed this little crossover. So, hope you did too. And let us know if you've got ideas that are better than mine. We can send them off to Muppet Labs and hopefully one day get a whole new series
Maybe we can start
to
making...
expand Muppet Lego.
We should make make a series of videos, just try and get them to really, really kind of take off and go viral and start being like, hey, Lego Company and Muppet Company, we really need a new Lego series.
That could be fun.
Maybe highlighting some of our most favorite movie characters.
But yeah, that would be my picks for a new Series 12. You'd have the different versions. Kermit as Captain Smollett, Benjamin a Gun Piggy, Fizzy, what's his name? Anyway, with Mr. Bimble and his finger, Fozzie. You'd have Charles Dickens, Gonzo. And then you'd have Scooter, new figure Rizzo the Rat, new figure Sam Eagle. Get the patriotism going.
Call Ralph Scooter?
No, I'm saying to fill in the spots.
Yes,
for 12. Then filling out the band for the Electric Mayhem, Dr. Teeth himself. We get Floyd in there, get Zoot in there on the saxophone. Floyd plays bass, so he's a good counterpart too. And then for our two more human characters, like I said, I'd love to see good old Ebenezer Scrooge and from the Muppet Christmas Carol and from Muppet Treasure Island, Long John Silver. Yeah, Tim Curry. I've heard it said that they're the best two co-stars for the Muppets that came in for the films because Tim Curry acted like a Muppet himself.
Yeah.
And
but they actually acted. They really tried to be the characters.
Absolutely. So, but that's how he approached it. He pretended to be like a Muppet himself to interact with the other Muppets.
Yeah.
Whereas Ebenezer Scrooge fellow, he played it more straight and treated the Muppets like they were real characters.
Yeah.
So it was sort of the opposite. He took the more serious side, whereas Tim Curry embraced the zaniness, and they both did amazing.
Yeah. I think they're probably the best human actor, or obviously human actors. They're all human actors, but people who play
maybe I'll grab Statler and Waldorf one day. Who knows?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. But yeah, again, share your thoughts if you like that one, or if you got a better one. I'd love to hear better ideas too. And hopefully, the Lego Company and the Muppet Company are listening. I guess it's Disney that owns the Muppets now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Well, never know. Disney might need to find a way to make some money.
Well, that's true too. Anyway,
I think it's a shoe-in, maybe.
Let us know if you like Muppets too. Have a good night.
Bye for now.